We're live. It is Sunday afternoon, 2:24 Pacific Time, July 7th, 2024. I've got an overfilled goblet of cold brew coffee, as well as a couple Infinity tickets to get through. This is going to be my first time streaming Infinity Conquest, and I'm a little nervous about it. I get nervous in Infinity Conquest. I mean, I've done it tons of times, and I've succeeded lots of times. But I still get very nervous about it. And I am comparatively new to streaming. And it's just... a little nerve-wracking to do that both at the same time. I'm going to have to pop that proverbial cherry at some point, so why not do it today? Here we go. We actually are starting on Battle 2. I did Battle 1 earlier against this opponent. This poor guy was running Tribunal deck, which, sure, fine, all well and good, but there's a lot of Enchantress and Rogue going around, and so I don't think he had much of a shot. He played very well and got pretty lucky in places, and it still didn't matter. So we're just getting right into it. Battle number 2. Here we go. And yeah, even the stakes not that high. I can lose every single one of my tickets on the first game, and it's fine. I really ultimately don't care that much. However, winning is cool, and so I find myself still a little nervous, a little sweaty about it. We'll see how it goes. My opponent, running Arusham. Who could have seen that coming? My opening hand, good, not great, but that's okay. Well, Coulson into Loki is almost a snap. In fact, we did. I have gone on a lot of record as the early snapping in an early game in an early conquest is often not correct, but given the randomness of it all, the fact that I have to get through these tickets, and Coulson into Loki just broadly being pretty strong, I'm comfortable with this snap. And then if Loki misses wildly, we'll just cross that bridge when we come to it. Opponent not contesting Eternity range, probably smart. Sarah. Well, I got a couple. I don't love the counters I'm seeing here in his hand. I can do stuff like, question is, I'm going to probably either Phastos or Sarah this turn. Honestly, maybe Sarah is the correct line here. And then there's a lot of things we don't want to see. Don't want to see Mobius. It's a likely card that he could play here. His own Sarah. That's fine. Well, Mobius is going to mess him up a little bit here. Mobius is happening. Phastos is maybe a little copium. I kind of like blobbing, like in this situation, blobbing left, because then even if he has a Shang-Chi, he's going to have to do a bunch of work for it. I'm probably in a pretty good spot. I don't want to see my opponent with the Mobius, but I'm adding a lot of power. I got... Coulson gives me a refill. Like, this is just a good spot, broadly. I guess if he's got a big, huge Darkhawk and I have no real way to deal with that, we're not thrilled about it. Hit Phastos. Yes! Very good. His own blob. Yeah, Yeah, so I've got probably Helicarrier, Phoenix... Helicarrier... Yeah, I actually do not know what combination of unlokied, uncost-reduced cards that my opponent could have beat me with there. So probably a fair retreat. I just can't... Oh, this is a pretty good starting hand, too. I really, 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 really do not like playing against Arishem decks in Kunkka. In Kunkka. It makes me a big, huge hypocrite, because here I am. Okay, my opponent has a Red Hulk. With my own Arishem stuff, but it's really, really kind of unsettling. You just do not know where you are in any situation. Snaps could mean 1,000 different things. That said, we really like my opponent not doing anything the first 2 turns. So that's cool. This is almost a snap, but if my opponent Loki's, then I don't love that situation. Trying to spend all my mana every turn. Yeah, there's a Loki. Well, no, it doesn't matter. His Red Hulk is now gone. We've got some Lockjaw Squirrel Girl silliness that could happen last turn. We'll see how that goes. 3 cards left. Is this a rogue, I wonder?
I still believe in heroes.
I love a 2-cost Giganto. My opponent's hand completely full, so he's not drawing any of his cards. Spider-Woman gets a ton of value left, but that maybe is overkill because of the Giganto of it all. Humorously enough, Lady Sif takes Shang-Chi and not the Giganto. I don't love what's happening here. I really like hanging on. I think that this is all we do. My opponent does cost-reduced cards, but I am adding a fair amount of power in the form of this. Tragically have priority. Don't love that. Just a matter of is Squirrel Girl left. I think I like just having a little bit of extra juice left. I don't like that snap. So what could that mean? He could have stuff like Mockingbird, his own blob, or a big Cersei or something. I don't think I can leave here. This is just too kind of strong. I'm certainly not snapping back. I'm not surprised if I end this turn and lose. Can't be too mad about that. I guess I don't like... He might Shang-Chi. Nah, I think that this is okay. We're calling it. He played a lot of cards. I don't know how I feel. How discounted was he? I guess he had... Loki Quinjet is a little scary. I maybe could have been a little less cavalier. Now this could really, really suck. It's just the nature of Cersei. Cersei's taken the wheel. Oh! Oh! Well, yeah, that is what it is. My opponent rolled the Cersei dice and won. Had the last card not been Killmonger, and it just truly been 12-12, I guess they still would have lost. So that's fine. And Squirrel Girl left or mid didn't ultimately matter. That's fine. I played that great. My opponent played that great. We like Cersei being a little less of a bummer, but I think actually broadly, if you ran Cersei 100 times there, they're gonna come out on top. Is Collector worth it? Probably. Like to see a Coulson here be the best draw. That's not Coulson. We are not doing a naked rogue, certainly. That we will rogue. This is an aggressive snap. I don't know how to feel about that snap, and it kind of telegraphs what's happening here. I am not going to snap. I think there's a real argument to do so. My opponent gets an Arushim. That's fine. Even great. Just Loki here. And I guess we probably just boomer snap on 5 if we get, well, like what we get. Now, Loki's obviously going to move to Asteroid M, but I play it here just in case they've got a Cosmo or something silly. Enchantress. We'll do a Seraphastos. This is cool. I'm going to be able to play out my hand next turn, but honestly, I don't have a ton of raw power. And we know that my opponent has Arushim. My opponent also has 5 Loki cards in his hand. Yeah, I can play this all out, but that is not a ton of power. My opponent is ahead on board. I think that we just call this a retreat later. There's absolutely an argument to playing it out and really going hard in the paint at 2 of the lanes and just crossing your fingers. But there's just too many series of cards, sequences of cards that my opponent could get that just cooks us. Blob just wins a lane that I can't compete with, and then he just needs one other thing. So we just get out of here for 1 cube. I'm so, kind of bummed by how recent information has come to surfaced, showing just how the lack of any kind of matchmaking in Infinity Conquest adds breathtaking variance to it. I watched some streamers do Infinity Conquest, and they are just demolishing opponents that started playing yesterday. That's their collection level, and you're enormously favored to win. And then I'm sometimes in that position, but whenever you're in this position, like Ambrose is clearly, I don't know who this is, but they clearly have a high collection level. They clearly know what they're doing, and this is my opponent. And that feels just bad broadly. I don't want this to be my opponent. I want my opponent to be, at least in Infinity Conquest, I want them to be real weak. I think, I'm going to be able to add a bunch of cards to my hand, and then Loki, and with the variance of it all, and I'm pretty behind here, I need to step it up. If my opponent throws down a Mobius, I am pretty sad about it, but we just can't play around that for the rest of our lives. Nakia's hand. There's a real argument to not playing that and then Loki next turn. The 2 lines here are Nakia, well, there's technically 3 or 4, but Nakia, Nick Fury, Loki, Nakia, Loki. Or what I'm leaning towards is playing nothing, and then Lokiing next turn. Because the Nakia buff is wasted. Is that Mobius? Okay, not Mobius. That's good. Throw down the Loki. There's a lot of cards that he has, I think, that he can play this turn that lets him get ahead on Blackstone, and I don't love that. That said, if he plays a Mobius now, which we don't... Oh, cheeky... oh, that's smart. A couple Mobius. Oh, it's funny. An Arisha Mobius and his Mobius. Well, I can do things like Blob for the extra mana. I can do things like Sarah. Or Mobius Mockingbird doesn't even do that. I think I like Sarah here. And I won't have priority. The thing that we don't want to see in this case is there on Mobius. Okay. Now, question is, me with my Loki hand and being reasonably far behind on board, am I capable of overcoming his not Loki but Fastos hand? And now I've got a couple of questions to do. I can do stuff like, I mean, Shang-Chi is devastating because of the lack of priority of it all. We can do something like, this is hard to fight for all three lanes here. Fighting for all three lanes is tough because he likely is going to throw down some big business in one of the lanes, and a naked Shang-Chi is real tight, and I don't know if it's enough. I could do something like... No, I can't do Blob and Shang-Chi. That feels really bad. I would love to be able to do Blob and Shang-Chi. Shang-Chi... Oh, man, I am out of time. All right, I think we do this. I think I'm just throwing the middle. Shit. Oh! That's his turn? That's your turn, buddy? Oh my god, it's not the last turn! Oh my god, I am so dumb. I thought that was the last turn. Oh, I deserve to lose. Well, yeah, all my opponent has to do is play... Oh, that is so bad. I thought that was the last turn. Well, what do I do here? All my opponent has to do is 6 left and 7 right. I can't retreat here. Yeah, that was bad. I did not deserve to win that. I played optimally if that was the last turn, but I just got so turned around with the cost reduction. That's a mistake that I make sometimes. I mean, next to last turn, either it's been extended by magic and I'm just a little backwards, or like in that case, I had such cost reduction. I'm like, well, this is obviously the last turn, and it wasn't. Athena's a cool card. It's a shame I don't have one of those. I'll do... Which is I want to get... I think Quinjet is maybe makes a little bit more sense. Less mana efficient, but what can you do? Okay, okay. I think Miss Marvel is the play. I don't have any great sacrificial lambs for Castle Zemo, but maybe he doesn't either. I don't know if that's worth it. I don't hate it, but he spent a bunch of mana, and I mean, I guess that might be his only play. Ah, welcome to the party, Agatha Harkness. I hope you play yourself right next turn. See, that was reverse psychology. I don't actually want Agatha Harkness to go right next turn, but by saying that, she's listening. She might not do it. But what we're expecting to see here, and then potentially clip... Oh my god, she didn't! Good for you! I'm so friggin' proud. We're not snapping. But that's so funny. I kind of even just stopped paying attention to what was happening. You know, honestly, Cersei middle, I didn't hate that. Like, I just got so hung up on the fact that it was disruptive. Well, that's some minus power. So my opponent knows that I cannot compete at Castle Zemo. which is unfortunate information. I can do an interesting play here. Is Kyera... I mean, I have priority. So Kyera can protect my Agatha if he's trying to get cute with Shang-Chi. But I'm just cooked by Blob either left or middle, which is a very likely play. And this is kind of for all the marbles. So am I rather playing against a Shang-Chi I don't even know he has, or a big Blob, which he could easily have? He only has 3 cards in his hand. He just hasn't done any... I don't know. Where do you play here? If you are playing just a Blob, I suppose it would be right. I'm doing this. There's a real argument. I'm going to snap because if I lose, I want to be done with this anyway. And if he just blobs left and wins, that's totally fine. I just need to kind of keep the motion going. I snap here not because I think I'm overwhelmingly favored or anything like... Ah, shit, yeah. I hope that's a naked Shang-Chi. That would be cool. It seems unlikely. I'm guessing this is a blob. Yes! Woo!
Victory!
Woo! Now, Arishem cooked him. My opponent drew absolutely like garbage, and the Agatha gave him kind of a false glimmer of hope, but just he had no real good hand, and that's just the nature of the beast. I don't think my opponent played that bad. Just maybe staying was suboptimal, but just, you know, sometimes it just doesn't work out. Now my opponent has to beat me 3 times to 1. That's that is a good position to be in. Do I want to do this? I guess probably. Electro sucks real bad in this situation. I do not want Electro. I would like to see like a Death's Domain, or the place that doesn't have ongoing effects on the right. Seems unlikely. That's neither of those things. Do we want a Valentina or Mockingbird? I think I Valentina. Well, I can mock. I think I'm mocking. No, I like Valentina more. I like Valentina more. Ah, well, that's a bummer. I don't like losing a Quinjet. Ah, well, this is fun. I can open. Well, shit. Now this is extra complicated. I can't Loki because, well, I can, but it'll eat the raft. I could do something like Destroyer. Kind of like that. You know, you broadly would like Destroyer to be the first card down on Nexus, but I kind of want the 6-drop. So we're gonna do this. We're gonna do a hilarious Destroyer. And take the raft card, and then if this is a Mobius, I'm kind of bummed about it. I actually also don't know if Tribunal is even good. I don't know how Tribunal works with the Nexus on the right location. I think it's just bad. That's kind of a funny sequence of events. So I have a couple of plays here. I mean, the question, if he has my Shang-Chi, I would love to throw priority, but I don't know how practical that is. It seems unlikely to just blob, just a naked blob next turn. Do I just have to gamble on him not having Shang-Chi, and then this being sufficiently not enough power? I guess we Thanos and hope that he takes priority here. Well, he certainly took priority, and now the question is like, does he have a blob that gets big enough? Well, Rogue is a fascinating card. Is this more power than a blob? And, like, again, with the Tribunal, I don't think that that's smart. Because it reduces power to Nexus. I really don't know how that works. But we're doing it. We're going to Rogue, and then maybe he plays a blob, and I just eat a big blob. But I think that this is our best chance at winning. Whether it is enough or not, we will see. he did take priority, so that... Oh my god, he didn't get big enough to, I guess I was worried about my Shang-Chi not hitting, but that doesn't matter, because that's not what's actually happening here. I don't think that I win this. He's going down to 18, and I'm going up to Mockingbird plus whatever this is. Oh! Yes! Yes! Feels good. Woo! Good game. Good game by my, I think, high collection level opponent. Yeah. Only rank 94, but, like, they played that well. They did exactly what they needed to do. Man, this is some sweaty business. I was kind of hoping that by playing on a nice Sunday afternoon, I would get the casual people that are just wanting to get through their tickets by the end of the season, but this is not proving to be the case. I'm getting high collection level, really good players, including, you know, ones that have already got the avatar. A randomly generated Shang-Chi. That's cool. I'm not going to snap on this, but it feels like I'm going to be able to take Blackstone and never give it up. Guess it kind of depends on what I draw next turn. What is my opponent? Do they want to... Yeah, they got Arsham. They have 4 mana to try and take this back. Sure would like a card... Oh, wait, no, it's turn 5. Oh, perfect. This is maybe even a snap, because then I'm going to be able to Cersei. Next turn... That was a perfect draw. I guess Loki would have been slightly more perfect. Snapping here is really hard to do. I'm not going to do that. They got the Coulson. I guess I'm glad that they got a decent enough draw. Well, their hand is friggin' huge. If they got Loki, we are... I guess broadly on the back foot. Let's see what the Cersei Casino brings us. Decent hits. Try to think if there's any Valkyrie shenanigans that I want to execute now. I don't think so. Still not snapping. He's got a... What is he? He's filling up Blackstone? I wonder what this is. I don't like... Most cards that he could play here, I don't like what he's... Oh, Vision. That is one of those cards that makes sense to fill Blackstone with. Well, random Darkhawk, you say. Well, I don't have much of a location. That is certainly what I am playing. That is absolutely bonkers that I have a random Darkhawk. And notably, my opponent has not popped Vormir yet, but they do have Vision on board. That is that a main deck? No, that's a Coulson Vision. That is very lucky. Kind of would love to have had the freedom to do Darkhawk somewhere else this turn. It is what it is. Neither my opponent and I feeling are Wheaties enough yet to snap. A Conquest Arisham v. Arisham is some true kind of proverbial men from the boys knowing when to snap and when not to snap, and there's a lot of subjectivity to that too. Yeah, I'm not... Valkyrie and Shang-Chi are two very, very useful cards next turn. That I am not going to throw this away. I'm not going to run here. There's a real argument. Oh, he fills up. What are you playing, buddy? Is this also a... Like a... oh, shit. Oh, my God, a Mantis. That's really funny. Well, I certainly have one mid. The challenge now is my opponent has a Darkhawk. I have priority. And I don't think that I can get... I actually don't know. If I'm my opponent, I don't know what his extra card is, but he's going to move Vision right and play play his Darkhawk left. The other line that is very scary is if he has a 1-cost card. He can pop Vormir in Darkhawk right. I can't. I think I just do this. I'm certainly not going to snap back. He's got a big-ish hand. But I think the most likely play is he moves Vision to the right, plays Darkhawk left, and then I get bigger with my Valkyrie. But absolutely an argument to run here. We're doing it. Oh, he did have... What? I don't know. I don't think... I mean, I guess I'm afraid of, like, if this is Wolverine, I'm pretty bummed. Oh! I think I'm in by 1! Well, more than 1. Wow. He had Snowguard Hawk. I knew that he had Snowguard Hawk. Yeah, that was good. That was good. I should have called the Snowguard Hawk. Him mantising the Darkhawk there, that was smooth. I don't know if filling was smart. I guess you wanted to be mana efficient and getting Mobius down made sense. But that Mantis really put me in a difficult position. I was very nervous when I saw that he played a second card there. I think I like Morph. Just rip a hero Morph here and hope that I don't live to regret it. Like Galactus, that'd be fun. You got a Galactus in there? Okay, my opponent has Shang-Chi as a 6 Shang-Chi. Now, there's an argument to not Loki here. I got 2 Mockingbirds and Blob is a very strong hand, but I want all of his cards. If he does not play Loki this turn, I think this is probably a snap. But that said, this might be a Coulson and draw engine kind of situation. If I snap, here's the thing. If I snap, he will read that as a rogue. And will know to, like, re-rogue. I'm gonna do it. I am snapping, and then if he snaps back, I play rogue, and then he rogues his Mobius back. That's just next level plays from him, and bad luck for me that I can't deal with. Yeah, my opponent correctly retreats. Oh, that feels bad. That feels bad. My opponent wants to snap here. I don't know if I can do anything, but let him have it. I guess I'm glad it happened. My opponent... I'm not sure where my... I mean, that might read that my opponent just is a truly god-awful hand, but the fact that my opponent is not snapping here is... Okay, there you go. You can have that now. I think Sinister London is a bait here, given that I lost my Loki, and I don't know what he's doing. But if he had snapped on turn 1, I would let him have that too. Loki again. Feels good. Death's Domain. Sure, we're not gonna... That limits our board space, so we're extra not likely to play the cheap stuff. Much rather have Loki cards. It's very funny how we have seen nothing in his deck other than a couple of things. According to Untapped, it's just Mobius and Coulson. Wow! What are you doing? That is some... Oh my god, what is this? Okay, so do I even want to... I guess.
Opponent snapped.
I am not... I really kind of want to snap back here. I am happy to kind of continue for 2 and to see what Loki pulls. I can't get over to either of those locations with what I'm dealing with now, but my opponent playing Wolfsbane on New York, I have no idea what that means, but that's not, like, a great play. So my opponent gets Red Hulk. Good to know. can't get over to either lanes. Yeah, Dr. Doom feels real good. I think that I might just snap back here. His snap, I wonder if he started with his Dr. Doom. Question is, can I do some priority business and make Blob kind of worth?
Doom rules all.
And my opponent cannot Shang-Chi, Doom, and Blob all at once. Now, the thing is, do I want to... if I Blob and he Dooms, I'm kind of in a tricky spot. I'm actually ahead on points. And Valentina doesn't give me any... This is a tough spot. Valentina doesn't give me any flexibility to play anything. I think I just Mobius here. And then... And I don't want a Valentina because she could pull Agatha. I think I just Mobius here, and then we Blob next turn or do a Shang-Chi. Okay. Yes! I can't imagine that my opponent can beat this. So my opponent, he has a couple of... I mean, if he has his own Doom, he plays it and then loses to Shang-Chi. If my opponent has a colossal card mid, he plays it and then I win the other two locations. Like, this is just... I'm going to do a Shang-Chi here just in case there's some kind of crazy whatever. I can't see any sequences of cards that are plausible that beat me here. I guess I had priorities that Shang-Chi wasn't going to do anything.
Doom
Yeah, he's...
rules all.
What could this be? Yeah, get out of here. Get out of my game! Double Neg, great to see you. We're doing my first Infinity Conquest on stream. I'm a little nervous. I'm a little sweaty. The stakes are low. I do not need another Infinity Border. I have so many Infinity Borders, and I do not know if I would ever use this Infinity Border. But the fact remains that Infinity Conquest just kind of feels very sweaty, and when you add to the stream of it all, the live studio audience who gets to see some of these mistakes that I'm making feels not great. But it is what it is. Fab, high collection level, infinite opponent, sure. Just one time, it would be very nice to get a real newbie here. Now that said, broadly in the grand scheme of Marvel Snap and Conquest Mode, whenever we get to Battle 4 and Infinity Conquest, I call that a win. To truly get all 5 wins is more... It adds to the luck of it all. And certainly you want to be able to win 5, but if you don't, it's not a ton of commentary on skill, in my opinion, so much as any number of luck elements just over that many games. So, to win. We got 3 wins. Great. I'm going to call this ticket a win no matter what happens. Now, notably, my opponent does not have an Infinity Border and is not... what is the word I'm looking for? Non-Infinity Border. And is not playing an Arishem deck. Those were the words I was looking for. Now, Destroyer is a bit of a bummer. I can do something like Float.
Opponent snap.
What does that mean? I'm gonna stay at... Is this like Deadpool? I don't know why he snaps in this set of circumstances here. We'll see. Iron Man is a fun thing to have a surprise. So my opponent running... is like a move list? have move run Shang-Chi, so we're just going to keep the big fatties rolling. And I've got Shadow King for a fun surprise at the end, as well as Iron Man. I kind of like this. We'll see how it
Who
goes.
they dig up this time?
More than happy to retreat if things don't make sense. This is actually kind of awkward. This kind of shows my butt a little bit, as it were, but I think I don't have another play.
I am Iron Man.
Oh, an early Shang-Chi. That's dubious, my friend. Failed to make top 4 at my Star Wars thing. Fell behind 2. I didn't know you were doing a tournament. That's really cool. By the way, Catmanda, I don't know if you know or remember my buddy TJ in Boston, who I played World of Warcraft with for many years. Good friend of mine, and when we were in Boston, we hung out. We went to that barbecue. He's joined us here in the chat today. Now, my opponent has thrown away Shang-Chi, quote unquote. And I can do fun things like Shadow King last turn. Or do I even want to Shadow King this turn? That is kind of the most mana efficient thing, and I can do fun like Ultron last turn. You say it's pre-release weekend for the new set. Can you? I'm so curious. Tell me more about the Star Wars thing. Like, what kind of thing are we talking about? I'm gonna snap back. There's a real argument to not doing this, but I'm gonna snap back. I'm feeling very good. I'm feeling very strong and powerful. Yeah, so I'm familiar with TCG. Like, pre-release, was it like an event, like a physical event with people there? So we feel very bad. This is my opponent is running main deck Miles Morales and a Darkhawk. I can't leave here, I don't think. But if my opponent has Mystique, I just kind of lose. Man, this is tough. There's a real argument to me just leaving here. Oh, I really like limited TCG things. Did you have I considered getting better at the game? Man, this is tough. I think I might need to leave here. I am going to leave here. There's a real argument to not doing that. My opponent is also not retreated because if they don't have Mystique, it seems like I'm going to be bigger. Like, how can he compete middle? But if he has Mystique, I'm just cooked. And I have the tools to deal with this. I have Rogue, I have Shang-Chi, I have Enchantress. And my opponent playing an early Shang-Chi, I think I can beat him over time. I think if I was less disciplined, I'd stay in there and let God take the wheel. But I think that's it. Now, question, Double Neg. Was this at, like, a local hotel? What is the, what is the event? Was this online? Like, is it a digital TCG, or like you physically going to a place with other people? I don't know what LGS means. Oh, okay. That's so cool. So you are about my age, I think. And when I see, like, things like this, local game store being so common as to have its own friggin', acronym. I feel like, oh man, it's a shame I didn't have that when I was a kid. That'd be so much fun to just pop over and do, like, celebrate this sort of things with my my peers. So that's really cool that you got to do that. There's a real argument to me not Lokiing here. I don't think my opponent's deck is seemingly that good, and it's kind of there's some asymmetry to it all. And I've got Enchantress and Blob, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. Man, that last game, I never expected to see a Darkhawk, and me not having tools, that was a bummer. I should not have snapped back. I got distracted. I think staying or not snapping was the right move. Yeah, no, that said, that's the beauty of the limited format. It's really, really cool for drafts and sealed and all that, like, when I'm 13 or 14 years old, I'm able to compete, quote unquote, at the same level with people with so much more money than me. All right, so what does my opponent have in their bag of tricks? So they do have Mystique. I wonder if they had Mystique last turn. I can do a couple of things. Darkhawk is very asymmetrical, not nearly as strong for me as it is for him. I kind of like Darkhawk here. Ah, so he's Iron Fisting. It's going over to Machine World. I don't think my opponent is that good. I think my opponent is, quote-unquote, new at the game. Also, yeah, this Iron Fist is really hard. Here, I kind of like snapping.
Opponent snap.
All right, I'm going to snap back, and I think that my opponent is doing this is they have Shang-Chi. Or sorry, not Shang-Chi. They have Darkhawk. I don't think there's a way for him to get to middle. I think that this is going to be enough to win all, quote-unquote, all three lanes. And if, yeah, my opponent, I think, is going to play a giant Darkhawk right, and just that's going to win it for him, but it won't. So we're going to do this. Oh, he's doing a giant Darkhawk left? Oh my god, of course! Well, now... Oh my god, I might have just... Well, folks, I might have just cooked my... I need a blob. Yeah, holy crap. If my opponent... Wow, I didn't see that line at all. Of course, I might just be cooked here. If my opponent, Darkhawk's Mystiques, I just, well, I was always not going to have priority. Yeah, if he has Mystique, I just lose here. Yeah, no, my opponent played that well. He had the exact... This is an Arishem counter list, increasingly, I'm thinking, and maybe my opponent isn't, quote-unquote, as bad as I thought it was. Based on the cards in the list. So what are my winning lines here? Spider-Man, negative, well, not negative power, but not a ton. Yeah, I think we just do this, and then we have to. I mean, I can't retreat now. I'm not wanting to fight my opponent 5 matches in a row when they have this counter list. How many cards does he have in his hand? 6 cards, so I'm banking on... Yeah, this is tough. I can't blast the Darkhawk. He has Cosmo down. He very intelligently... Yeah, my opponent... You know what? I am retreating here. Despite going down 5-1, this reads exactly... What this means, what my opponent's sequence means here, is he planned this out from the start. I mean, I would love to have just stayed and won 6 cubes there. But that sequence that my opponent played of the Iron Fist and then moving the Cosmo over, and then Darkhawking there, he knew that exact line several turns in advance. So it's possible that my opponent is bad and new, and I'm overthinking it, but that line is exactly... The line he took is exactly consistent with having Mystique in hand and knowing the next 3 plays that he's going to execute on. That said, if I had a blob, that would have been so much more fun and better. Okay. I'm gonna snap here.
Oh, snap.
Because I think I'm broadly favored, and we need to kind of get this show on the road. I'm going to use left as a Cersei lane if we go that route. But my opponent does like Cosmo with Darkhawk. Like, yeah, my opponent's deck is clearly designed to I guess we want to do this, and then I can Cersei next turn on the left. My opponent is clearly he's built his deck to beat my deck. Doesn't feel good, but that is what's happened. Giving him Mantis seems okay. There's an argument, actually, by the way, doing Merry middle and then having the world's largest Cersei, but I also don't like filling up the lane. And then Spider-Man, his next card. Do a little of this.
Wakanda forever.
Sure. Tragically, I'm unable to add 12 power. Man, I'm just cooked if my opponent has Darkhawk. Like, this is crazy how... when you don't draw Blob or Loki, that this my opponent's deck just automatically wins. And he correctly... my opponent is both playing well, but is also... This list is really anti-Orisham. He's throwing away priority. There's nothing I can do. I can't get big enough to get 12 power right. There's so many cards I could have. I just am getting unlucky on that front too. I guess I'm just adding as much power mid as I can, and then if he has Darkhawk, we lose. It's just kind of how it is. Now, what is the most power I can add? Is it 8? Is 8 the most power I can add? This is crazy. I'm just getting pretty unlucky here. And I mean, this is for all the marbles. My opponent, if they have Darkhawk, I just lose. And it seems unlikely that they would have played a card left that isn't Darkhawk in this situation. Yeah. What can you do? Man, that was a bummer. That deck cooks me when I don't have Blob, and I didn't get Blob a single game that turn. That game. I'll give him a fist bump that was both well played, but also deeply unlucky on my part. It's just kind of the Orisham of it all. Keep going. The goal here is, again, not to win Infinity Conquest, although of course you want to do that. But really, I just hate burning Infinity tickets at the end of the season. And while I have the time and the energy today, I want to get through these tickets. And I quote-unquote only have 2 left. And these will go relevant in Global Conquest later today if I want to do that. My opponent not playing an Orisham deck, so that's good to know. We are not going to do anything on Sinister London just yet. Heimdall's a funny card in this situation. Kind of like Mojo into Sinister London, particularly when I've got no nothing else. I play. You know what I could do is Mojo, Maria Hill, and then Rhino next turn. I don't know if that's enough power. Alright, I am going to do that. Welcome, Gripsmoke Tecmo. If you just join... Oh, Destroy. My opponent is playing Destroy. Cool. If you're just joining us, I have been getting a little cooked. Or that's not true. I just got cooked last time specifically. I think I've been playing pretty well, broadly, but... Get out of here, Sinister London. You don't get that. Gam, what the heck is happening here? I love it. Colossus? No, I appreciate that. And notably, I don't think my opponent... Like, they're playing Colossus in their main deck. This is what I was talking about earlier, where, truly... what is the word I'm looking for? Like, I don't think my opponent has a very high collection level. I think that my opponent, is... They want to snap? I'm so ahead! What does this mean? Well, I'm not going to snap back. And I have fun Heimdall shenanigans to pull on the last turn. Get out of here, beast. takes Mojo. I see. Now, this is not the last turn. This is a mistake I like to make sometimes. Forgetting what turn I'm on. I don't have a lot of good plays here. I don't like... It feels like if without my Mojo and him having Mojo, I'm just not going to win New York. And if I play any of my big boys, they're either going to die or fill me up. I think... And everything will fill up my hand, so I'm not going to get any new cards. I think maybe I just Medusa to hope for a little bit of a fake out here, and I don't... This is an awkward situation. So he's moved his Nightcrawler. What does this mean? I don't know what my opponent is doing. Thank you, everyone in the chat, for the power.
Wind, aid my hand.
Is this... Yeah, my opponent... what is the word I'm looking for? My opponent does not have a very high collection level. So I am likely to win here. With, say, an Ultron left. The kind of the thing here with... I almost want to snap back, but because I can't imagine what cards he has that wins, and it's a new opponent, but then putting all this into kind of... yeah, this is my best play. I think that I am going to win. It's possible that some absolute zaniness causes him... He only has 2 cards? What is happening? Alright, I'm shipping it, and then if they win, they win. What is happening?
There's no strings on me.
I'm so confused. Yeah, I think that my opponent is just trying to burn through their tickets. Like, I think my opponent has a very low collection level. Well, maybe that's true. Those are some like cheating races. I think that my opponent is not really playing seriously. And this is what I was talking about with Infinity Conquest. There is no matchmaking. There is no matchmaking in Infinity Conquest in a way that is honestly unfair. Where sometimes I get matched against killer, and that's not fair. To me, sometimes you get matched against folks like this, and you just mollywop them. And they didn't have a chance, and like that's not fair to them. I think we're gonna do Absorbing Man for a Circe evolve next turn. Maybe not next turn, but I got no other play, and Hazmat doesn't seem great. And I don't think that there's bots in Conquest, but I don't necessarily fully believe that. Okay, I guess we're not doing the old Circe evolve there. There are people that will tell you that there's definitely no bots in Conquest. I believe that's the official second dinner line. Here's a fun. You guys ready for some excitement? Little zaniness? Because here we go. Second dinner does say a lot. That said, this is too random for a bot. Like, you know, bots have some rhyme or reason. Like, what we're seeing here with this list and so far is truly bonkers. Now, maybe this is a Storm? Storm actually is hilariously doesn't do me so good because they actually have priority. Yeah, there you go.
Wind, aid my hand.
That said, Darkhawk Pier feels like something he's not going to be able to get bigger than. Well, hang on one second. Darkhawk... I think actually Thor is better. Because Darkhawk is going to end up at 9, and this just draws any random 0 costs that are in my deck. So we're going to do this. What is happening? Is this some sort of random play bot? I don't know what's happening. I snap? Question mark? This is psychological warfare. I am absolutely befuddled. There's having a low collection level, and then there's doing stuff like this. I don't know. Oh, but no, Agatha wouldn't run, like, this is playing like Agatha. I'll grant you that, for sure. This could, oh, Professor X, that's so funny. This plays like an Agatha player, although that's, you know, quote-unquote the correct play. But, this isn't a list that you would run with Agatha. You would run different cards. What is the most power that I have here? I guess it's just Darkhawk Shocker. And I'm comfortable leaving this snapped because no card that he's illustrated can get bigger than Darkhawk Shocker. Using the Gambit here. Oh no! Oh my god, that's amazing! He got me! Wow, of course, Rogue. That was so... I didn't see that coming. I was just so stuck on the randomness of it all. Wow, no, that was good. That was good. If he had snapped back, I would have made the exact same play and just lost 8 cubes in front of a live studio audience. Wow. Should have played Red Skull. That would have been a funny thing to have happened. Yeah, I am so confused. What's going on with my opponent? Is this next level stuff that they played the beast to throw priority, knowing that they could Professor X on Super Flow and I wouldn't get there, and then they wouldn't have priority and I would play a randomly generated Darkhawk? I don't think so. Yeah, maybe this is some sort of cheating bot that's like, oh, I'm going to anticipate a randomly generated Darkhawk. Yeah, I'm deeply confused. It's possible that just somebody has been sat down with some cards and it's like, have fun. I've been playing Marvel Snap since, what do I not want to do? That's fine. Since, basically release. The first season that I played was, do I want to Rhino that? I can Rhino that if I want to. I kind of want to. Yeah, I guess. And so I've been playing since, I guess, late 2022. Mid to late 2022, whenever the Symbiote season was, which I think was the first season of release. And in that whole time, the thousands of games that I have played, I've been behind, I've been ahead, I've been, you know, kind of unmoored, all of that. Never have I been so truly confused as this match right here. Like, do they have Shang-Chi because Black Panther's about to go nuts? But now I'm afraid to snap because what the heck kind of magic are they pulling? Spider-Man.
Friendly neighborhood Spider-Man here.
That's actually awesome. I would be pretty interested in. A nice Cersei here works pretty good. Like, do I snap here? I feel like I'm colossally ahead, and I have so many tools. I'm going to wait until the Cersei resolves here. And he moved. This feels like a bot. I'm so. And then he bot. What is happening? What is happening? Okay, I don't think this is a bot. Feel that. Like, they snapped right at the end of turn 5, being ahead on 2 lanes. This is absolutely a bot. I'm snapping back. They can't get bigger than 18 in 2 turns.
Wind, aid my hand.
That's a good hit, actually. Ah! Get in here, Angel!
Wakanda forever!
So I have one left lane. There's no way! There's no card! There's nothing that beats me here. Right? What? And I've seen his whole deck. I have priority. I'm not putting anything that, like, allows Rogue to win. Shang-Chi doesn't cook me. I have to win this. If I don't win this, I'm going to clip this. Put it on my Twitch feed. And then maybe just quit the game forever? I am so confused. I expect my opponent to stay in and lose, like, to board. This is either, I don't know if this is a second dinner bot or, like, a player that just kind of just running a bot to get boosters. I'm truly befuddled. I almost want to upload this and, like, send it to people. Not, I mean, I lost 4 cubes to that very embarrassing thing, but just for analysis purposes. I'm tremendously excited to, hopefully, beat my opponent and then look at their collection level and stuff. This is chicanery. This is buffoonery. If I post this to Reddit and get some kind of traction, it will generate controversy, because there's no way that this is a rational person trying to win. It very well might be an irrational person not trying to win, but my supposition is that this is some kind of bot or toddler in Conquest. Or not necessarily toddlers, somebody that's just messing around. That person exists. There's lots of people that mess around. Yeah, irrational. People are irrational for many different reasons. All right, what is it? Can you get... What the hell is happening?
Victory!
I cannot get to the examination screen fast enough to see what is going on with this person's collection level and stuff. Over 10,000 collection level. I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't get it. It's not. I mean, the last play loses to board. Yeah. What is happening? It's less about, yeah. 70 is eh. I guess I was expecting 10. I don't know if this reads like somebody that just doesn't play the game. What this might be, and was pure conjecture, somebody that, like, doesn't play Marvel Snap at all. Like, they play Marvel Snap, they've kind of quit, they come back once a month to just kind of get through their tickets, and, like, they hit Infinite and then stay at 70. I am so confused. I'm having a nice time streaming. I'm really appreciating you guys hanging out. I am so, like, off my game mentally that I almost want to stop. I'm not. We have more viewers now than I have ever had. There are 8 of you in the chat. I think that's so awesome. Thank you guys for hanging out. We're keeping going. But that game messed me up. That series of games. I am truly off my game, off my gourd, you name it. I'm deeply stunned on. This, by the way, is what I'm talking about with regards to the matchmaking. There are people out there right now that are playing Infinity Conquest that are getting opponents like that a lot in a way that isn't fair. I want more opponents like that, even though I'm psychologically damaged by all of this. It's just truly unhinged. Oh, that is helpful. Thank you, Gripsmoke Tecmo. I do not know. Is my opponent? My opponent is playing Aeroshim, of course. In this situation, there's a real argument to not playing out your early cards, and there's a real argument to playing out your early cards with Loki in hand. Thank you, Icebox. I was opting to not play these cards out. Now maybe I'm changing my mind. Kind of like not playing the Quicksilver. 4 mana Magneto, pretty cool. I think we just run this out because we'll be Lokiing next turn. And a 4 mana 9 power card, pretty strong. Thank you, Double Neg. I appreciate that. I don't know. I mean, we see in front of me what collection level I am. I do not know the term. Oh, we are. My opponent is a Legion gamer. Here we go. Can we get some? What is the term I'm looking for him? Ultron from him. Nick Fury, pretty good.
They dig up this time.
Okay. 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 Keeping it going. Keeping it going. What's it gonna be? Hawkeye, not great.
Taking aim.
Yondu, about the same. What'll it be? What'll it be? Ultron for him, one time. Okay, that's broadly the same. I do not like the fact that I lost my Loki there. But my opponent only has 3 cards in his hand. Huh. How many? It's 3 power. I don't know how fill-uppy I want to get with Hawkeye here. I don't think it's worth it for the 3 power. I think we're gonna do Vulture here and chill. My opponent not in a great spot. But I'm also not, like, thrilled with my position. I don't know if snapping here is right. It kind of feels right.
Oh, snap.
This is an edge. This is on the margins. This is with Arisham Gaming. We have no friggin' idea what their hand is. I'm kind of showing my ass with the blob here, but like they only have a couple cards in their deck, in their hand. And like, yeah, he needs to play enough cards to win all 3 lanes here. And you know what I just did? Is drew another blob. So I don't think that he can play enough to win left. Yeah, this is the play. I don't think he can beat this. This is like a Shang-Chi into Absorbing Man. Well, good for you. Okay.
Victory.
Okay. We like double blobs. Arisham Gaming, pretty hard all around. Also, I've got 7 viewers. Big number. Just starting out. Most of you, friends and loved ones, and you're the best for hanging out. If you are one of the people not a friend and a loved one, and you just found this by happenstance or some reason, and you're enjoying it, give me a follow. Be a mensch. That would be appreciated. I want to continue growing this. And even if not, let me be clear, you're the best. Thank you for hanging out. 9.1k. Yeah, that's helpful. The thing is, I've seen I watch Interrobang is a let's see, do I want to Snowguard is a fun thing with Central Park you can do some shenanigans with. I don't know if that's really worth it here, but I don't have another play, and I think we Snowguard and chill. Yeah, I watch Interrobang play some Conquest, and I see like his opponents. Oh, Cloning Vats Mockingbird, pretty good. And actually, I think we keep the Cloning Vats train going. And like when he plays like real tiny opponents, as it were. I've seen collection level, like, 700. Like, 700. You just started the game minutes ago. So I can do a couple of fun, cheeky things here. If I, just for funsies, if I play Snowguard Bear, and it triggers again, it's not, I don't want to do that yet. It fills me up in a way that I'm not wanting to do. I kind of don't want him to have the ability to blob a Cloning Bat, so I think we're going to do, or sorry, Cloning Bat's a blob. I think we're going to be doing Snowguard Hawk next turn. Possibly with some shenanigans with Bearing first. We'll see. Ah. Alright, well, I don't want him to have Cloning Bats. Here's where I'm at. If I do Snowguard Bear, that fills him up left, and I can guarantee a left win. It's a matter of... The trick here is he's probably going to play one big card in Cloning Bats right now. And I can lock up left lane and probably the other two lanes with this Bear Hawk play. However, it locks me out in a way that if he's able to... if he is able to keep a middle open, I'll be checkmated. I think this is the play. And then you do not get to have your Cloning Bats. I'm guessing this is a blob. If it is a blob, I'm in a good spot. Or anything big, for that matter. I can just Shang-Chi it and then... yeah. That was maybe even a snap. Because I can just do this line anyway. Kind of like this. This is a Boomer Snap, but we Boomer Snap sometimes. People stay in for Boomer Snaps. Boomer Snap's also a little bit more meaningful in Conquest, because you eat that pain no matter what, and there's often a sunk cost fallacy. We're all guilty of it. That said, there was a real argument to me snapping the previous turn, kind of seeing how that line was going to play out, but I was just too cowardly. Didn't do it. No one to blame but myself. Man, I sure would love to have Darkhawk. It is, we talked about this before, I have to be the highest collection level in Marvel Snap that does not have Darkhawk. And if I'm not number one, I am very high on that list. Alright, so I have no way to turn off Nexus. So what I'm going to attempt to do is not have priority going into last turn with the ability to take it and win the final turn. I don't know if that's possible or not. I have no meaningful tools here. And I'm about to...
This just in.
Shuri! It's a pretty cool card. That's I know my opponent has Shang-Chi, so I can, of course, get huge in the Nexus. It's actually kind of fun to do Shuri. Is this a 1-drop? Yeah. Shuri, call Taskmaster. The thing is, I am just very ill-equipped to deal with just Shang-Chi cooking me. Or is this better? Less power, but then get fun and interesting left. There's his Shuri. Maybe I won't have priority. Who knows? That would be pretty cool. This is the line, but I have no tools. I don't have a huge card. I guess we'd love to see like a Darkhawk here. Maybe a blob, and he doesn't know how that works. Yeah, I'm actually going to take priority here in a way that I don't love.
Hey man, I'm cool.
I really don't know the play here. You know, I could do... That's adding 10 power. Okay, great. We hope that we self-selected out of there. A lot of cards beat me. My opponent could have bluffed me right out of that game. And frankly, there's a lot of cards my opponent could have that the 10, 13 power wouldn't be sufficient. I guess I was in a good spot, but just psychologically, with priority and just Taskmaster showing my ass like that, it is what it is. Yeah, that last round, man. Like, I want to upload that entire thing to, like, if I had a YouTube channel, I mean, I really don't, but if I did, you bet your ass that would be, like, its own video. It'd be like, all right, everyone, get in here, look at this nonsense. What is happening? As it stands, I don't think it's, quote-unquote, interesting enough to warrant unique inclusion and anything like that, but God, it just... I think I like Cerseiing mid next turn. Actually, does thing just not have no power? I think we prefer that. Or sorry, no abilities, I guess. That's how that works. We'd like Makari to run middle, and then I can do a... Nope, just kidding. Get out of here, Makari. Morph is a fun, zany tool, but no, we're just going to Cersei for 1 here, and that's fine. That's fine. That feels like a snap.
Snap.
We're going to rogue that. No, it's not what we're going to do. We're going to Negasonic here. No, that's not what we're going to do. We're going to Negasonic here. And then we're going to Rogue here. And then on the last turn, we're going to Taskmaster left, and he's not going to be able to overcome that. Ah, just kidding. But I will be able to Shang-Chi left, and he's not going to be able to overcome that. Morph is fun, but, like, I also don't want to do, like, a Destroyer, and I just lose randomly. So Chang, yes, but Morph, like, there's just too much get the hell out of here. I'm either going to win mid by a lot, or I'm going to lose mid by a lot, and I don't think whatever I pull from Morph will make a difference. We'll see if I come to regret this. Seems likely that I'm going to take this. Okay, great. Oh yeah, have the strong guy. I wasn't even thinking about that line. Get out of my game!
Victory.
They actually, had they gotten lucky with the rogue and won that 50-50 and Mockingbird had left, that would have beat me. Fun bit of inside. Extra bit. Boostos and Orisham. I like it. I hope that at one point, hopefully soon, they change Orisham, that the cards that Orisham puts in your deck reflect the upgrade and cosmetics of the Orisham card, because I'm prepared to put a lot of resources there and have some beautiful, beautiful, beautiful cards. I expect to be playing Orisham for a long time. I am interested when... Let's see, what is their collection level? Yeah. Not low, but also not high. It just doesn't. It just, I mean, I think that it probably should work like Loki. But right now, it just absolutely does it. You'll note all of the just Arisham cards are base, unimproved, kind of just boring trash. And so I think there's precedent, and it's likely that they'll change Arisham to work that way. But I'm not going to put a ton of ton of credits into upgrading this card over and over and over again, because you never see it. So yeah, look here, like Jeff, boring. Eliath, boring. That's just how that works. My opponent playing Arisham, because of course they are. Oh, a little bit extra random. Why not? Let's get the Tarnax Quantum Tunnel Arisham Gamers Society of America is now in session. Venom, terrible. Why not? Yeah, Ripjet, the Arisham gaming continues. Now, do I want, I guess I probably want Coulson on Tarnax? Or do I want a random card in my deck? I will do Tarnax. Yeah, or, Ultron would have been a fun thing for the clip show. Oh, the sword is fun to, Oh, randomly generated Loki? That's bullshit. Well, Quantum Tunnel... Panopticon? Sure, Panopticon? Sure. We are... Now, notably, he gets a big Loki, and I've got some high-value cards, but Blob and some of these things, they just go away with Tarnax and Quantum Tunnel, so we'll have to see how it goes. Kind of looked at some of the card changes just to follow along better. I see they slaughtered Eliath. It was really, really good at release. It was so good at release that when they nerfed it, Cannonball, which was not a good card, became almost an auto-include in the control list. It was funny how much better Cannonball got whenever Eliath got nerfed. Somebody has followed me. MXW1984, you're the best. Thank you for following me. We're currently Infinity Conquest match number, I forget. I believe this is 3. My opponent probably broadly ahead because they got a full hand Loki because they are a lucky gamer and better lucky than good. Why not another Loki? Oh, that's funny. Cersei. Annihilus. Notably, I do run Cersei in my deck, and he just Loki'd a pretty full hand. So it is possible that he's got himself a Cersei for a pretty commanding Panopticon. We'll see how it goes. Do I want to... Because I've got... That's right. Shuri was last here. Probably this. This? Or do I actually want Khazar for some kind of Ultron shenanigans? Kinda don't hate this. Alright, so we actually beat that. We beat that on board. God, this is so sweaty. Like, what? Okay, well, I got a couple options here. Do not have priority, notably. We can do Ultron here. And that becomes a big 6-drop. And then I've got more power coming over here. I can do... I mean, this is only 5 power. I could do Ultron here. Oh, man, what does this mean? I mean, I could skip Ultron and get something like Spider-Woman. He could have Cersei. Does this read as Cersei middle? Yeah, the 6-drop could be Destroyer, but, like, that's just gonna eat us no matter what. This is, I think this is the play. There's a lot of things that beat me here. But many that do not. Cersei mid, we were right about that. Well, he got huge. I don't... What needs to happen is I need Maria Hill to pull a bit of a Hail Mary here. That's not going to do it.
There's no strings on me.
Yeah, I don't hate staying there. I think staying was probably the right move. I did not anticipate him getting quite so big in Tarnax. Could have seen that coming. What with the Cersei as well. I guess Quinjet, I am as guilty as this as anybody. Whenever somebody Loki's a full hand and has Quinjet down and with the extra mana, you can do so much. I just figured that I could get bigger in either of those lanes and get lucky. And I could have. It would have ultimately... it could have ultimately worked. But just quote-unquote got unlucky. Real argument to leaving there. Welcome, Get Punch Drunk. We are doing Infinity Conquest here this lovely Sunday. Things are going above average, but not great. In the current game, for example, my hand is absolute hot garbage. And I don't want to play anything. I'm not going to play anything. My opponent, filling up pretty good. That's saucy. What is he doing here? I don't agree with what my opponent's doing at all. Well, this is probably a snap.
Oh, snap.
Gonna go ahead and... Well, do I hold the Enchantress? Does it even matter? Yeah, let's update that stream title. Oh, stream title should say Infinity Arishem Conquest. I wonder if I didn't save it. Well, I don't know how that works. Okay, so we've sniped both their Quinjets, which is cool. The thing is, I don't have a great big boy to get over the top. Like, I am in such a good position mathematically, or in terms of board space, but I do need the big boy to get over the top. I like doing Quinjet here. This is Professor X or something. Oh, oh! How the tides have turned. Alright, so this is actually a bit of a bummer because I am literally just going to tie on the right, but I will lose priority. Man. I am going to lose priority, but I need what Coulson pulls to be very strong. And there's no argument to doing an Absorbing Man here. Actually, do I have... No, I can't. I could do nothing here, but that's too weak. Oh man, Invisible Woman actually probably really helps him. Yeah, even if I got a Shang-Chi, I just have to leave. That Magneto actually is not what cooked us. What cooked us was just my inability to get anything big until this last turn. So we're out of here. It's the ownership of it all.
Escaped.
And even if he had not gotten Invisible Woman, I wouldn't have been able to win on points. That was just... I don't like how my opponent played that at all. Him filling up his own board and then getting rewarded for it was unlucky. But it is what it is. Just a Loki in hand and kind of this far behind. I think we just have to go for it. And if we get unlucky and can't win, that's totally fine, but I don't want to maybe grounded into dust. I want to force the issue, as it were. A little double without keys, given one of these things. I kind of like pass Infinauting. And so we will. It's a real argument to just Magic and Loki and forget about the 417, but I like the 417. My opponent has got himself a Red Hulk. Good to know.
Hello!
We'll do Infinaut, and then I could get clever with
Hello! So
turning
happy!
off Sinister London. Do I want to turn off Sinister London? Also, welcome everyone. The gang is all here. I don't think I want to turn off Sinister London. Unfortunately, as it were, I'm sacrificing a card here that Loki's going to get because Oh, actually, I guess if we're moving, that makes a little bit of sense. I got some options there. I need to be spending my mana because of my opponent's Red Hulks. And I'm not getting a huge Loki collection here, and my opponent could have a lot of stuff. I would say I am broadly a little bit favored to win this game, but I'm pretty far behind in the conquest. We'll see how it goes. 2 cards. What is this? Is this also... Is he pulling magic? What is 2 cards? My opponent... Oh, getting getting Shang-Chi is good, but we're doing it again. I've lost Shang-Chi. What is he doing? What is my opponent doing? Filling up Sinister London. That makes no sense. That is very dumb. That is just objectively wrong. I kind of like, if I play... Yeah, that's true. I guess I was going to say if I play Blob, I'm going to like forcing the Blob, left. So we're going to do that. Yeah, I've already snapped. My opponent is played this bad. There's just no... I don't understand the logic here. Unless there's some Legion stuff that's happening. That actually... If my opponent Legion's left, then I take everything back, and my opponent has played this perfectly, and I'm just cooked. But short of that, absolute mollywhopping, this is correct. If I see a single card go left, and that's Legion. Okay, it's not Legion. Still very confused. Yeah, we still just win this. My opponent, you might say, oh, he can do Shang-Chi, your Blob left. He can't, because, as Double Knight pointed out, we know he is filling up left right now. Alright, no card in the game that allows him to win from here. I can't spend all my mana. That's fine. Why is that still... What? Why am I able to play that? Excuse me? Are you seeing this? Are you guys seeing this? I have 7 mana on the left. What am I missing? What was one of these a Loki card? What is happening?
Victory.
That's either a graphical... I was able to place them down. I don't know what... I'm very sad my opponent just left there. I would love to have needed to know what's going on. Once again, there's so much randomness to this, but I have Coulson into Loki, and we're just letting it rip. Snapping here is really aggressive. There's absolutely an argument to not doing that, but because I'm behind and my opponent is making questionable decisions, and I have this really, like, ostensibly otherwise really good hand, we're just going for it. That said, my opponent could Quinjet into something into Loki and just be able to outcook me. Now I want to maybe hold it a turn. What I might do is Quinjet... yeah, I like this. I might Quinjet into Nick Fury into Loki. Or maybe I don't have to now that I've just got that free card. No, we are Lokiing. We are just Lokiing now. Lokiing for 5 is fine. We can always have redraws. My opponent Loki's. We're just off to the races. Jesus is taking the wheel, and we're going to see who Loki's better. Mine is not great. I have got some quote-unquote redraws in that I will be able to get more cards, generate more cards, but my opponent could have Blob, he could have Cersei, he could have lots of stuff that is not great here. So I'm not loving where I am, but Coulson and Valentina can give me some more outs. And maybe he Loki'd bad as well. Yeah, so going to the upgrading of the Arishem of it all, I have upgraded... My Loki is a wonderful... I've got the God Split of the Purple Crackle. What did he play? Big Blob. Purple Crackle, and I got the fancy border. And all of the cards that Loki makes are gorgeous, but the Arishem, the cards themselves, not great. Alright, so I have whiffed on Coulson. That said, I'm still kind of competitive. Oh, yes! Blob, a lovely card. Get in here. We can do a couple things here. Could Blob there. I'm trying to think if, like, trying to do a Clog makes any kind of sense. I kind of don't think so. Is this better? I guess I want to Blob last. Lots of ways that I lose here. How many cards do they have in there?
I still believe in heroes.
Oh, now they have more. That makes more sense. Ah, well, Oh, particularly with the... Well, the Negasonic doesn't actually matter. Ah, they've got themselves a Sandman has come down. That might cook me? That Sandman might have just killed us. So, like, obviously I could do this, but then if they play just 11 power left, I lose. Or a Shang-Chi, I lose. And had Sandman not come down, I could do, you know, Stegron Shang-Chi stuff. Wow, that Sandman just checkmated me here. So I have to kind of read the mind here of if they do. They have a bunch of big cards. If I was a big card, I think the more likely thing for them to do is try and put a massive card left, so I can't win on both lanes. But this will feel very, very, very bad if he just plays another very large card mid and a simple Shang-Chi could have won. Honestly, I don't know. I think the correct play for him is to play a large card on the left and try and win all 3 lanes that way. And this is the way that beats that. But he might kind of level me here and then play a large card mid. We're doing this. Shit.
Are ye
Yep, I need the
worthy?
Shang-Chi middle. That Sandman beat us. Oh, that kind of makes sense why he would have done that. I think that I leveled myself. I think my opponent was thinking no more than I can get a really big number middle, and I should have just Shang-Chi'd middle and not leveled myself. That's a bummer. That Shang-Chi, or sorry, that Sandman, that random Sandman is what won him the game. The question was Doom. Like, you can't, when they're playing Arisham and they got what is the word I'm looking for? Sam Jackson, Nick Fury. You can't like play around every single 6-drop. The likelihood of them having a specific 6-drop that didn't start in their deck is vanishingly small. So like they could have had Doom, but if they had Doom, I would have lost it anyway. Certainly, I would play Doom if I had that. Well, would I have played Doom? Because that lost both ways. Whatever. I am okay with how I played that. It just feels bad because I don't like how my opponent played that game. I think I was better than them, and I just got less lucky than they did, and that feels bad. No disrespect to my opponent. It's just, you know, you fill up your own lane and still win. I don't love it. All right. Last ticket for now, or I should say last Infinity ticket for now. We have many, many gold tickets to play over the next day and a half. But again, the whole point is to get through as many of these Infinity tickets as we can. And we're doing it. TTV Gusta Fialho. I don't know what that means. Perhaps they are a streamer. They are a streamer. Hello, Gusta Fialho. Are they playing Arisham? I bet they are. They aren't. Oh, fun. Opponent not playing Arisham. No idea what's going on. Once again, thank you guys for all hanging out. This is, I believe, still the most viewers I have ever had. And it feels cool to be playing this game that I really enjoy with my friends, loved ones, and strangers who are soon to be friends and loved ones, all hanging out. Well, I don't love my hand filling up. Darkhawk is funny, but I'm not actually playing against a what is the word I'm looking for? A Arisham opponent. So we're going to do some next level stuff. I am going to Storm right, Crossbones right. Because my opponent, if they're playing a card, it is absolutely not in the right location. And I think that Crossbones... in fact, do I snap? This maybe even snap.
Wind.
That's right.
Aid my
Mandatory
hand.
friendship. You're in here. You're my friend. It's too late. My opponent playing Zoo, probably. Which, when you Loki, is really, really good. Are you changing my location? No. Just destroying U.S. agent. Alright, so... There's no, I don't think, combination of Blue Marvel, Khazar, Dazzler, Squirrel Girl that gets it bigger than 12. Especially when I have a rogue coming down. We snap here. We snap here. Not the world's greatest Coulson cards, but this does give us quite a number of options for, like, if I feel like they're going to suddenly get bigger in the flooded location, Miss Marvel cooks them. Now, do I want to take their Dazzler? I think I would much rather rogue like a Blue Marvel or a Khazar, or would I? I don't actually know. This is a 1 and a 3. I also rogue... I don't think that runs Shang-Chi, so I can get, like, pretty big... I think probably this is the play. a surprise rogue will get me there in the end. Have I snapped already? Yeah. I'm feeling broadly pretty good about this. Now, am I worried about like an Ultron? Does Ultron get big enough? I mean, am I worried about anything? Like, I guess he could move Nightcrawler and then play Ultron. I think roguing either of these things just wins the game. And then just a Darkhawk for good measure. I can't see a loss here. I am losing the Miss Marvel buff left, but whether I take Blue Marvel or Dazzler from him, that should be still enough to win, at least. Yeah. Hoping for Blue Marvel here. I don't know what's happening. Like, is what he's doing, is like he roguing? No, because he's not going to get. A little scared. That's not enough. That's not enough, right? That's not enough. Okay, that's not enough. Would have loved to have rogued the Blue Marvel. That gave me a little bit of an unnecessary heart attack. That was a questionable stay. I don't know. Well, no, by taking the Dazzler, I did take a bunch of power off the board. I don't know. Maybe that wasn't a questionable stay. I have been streaming for a minute now. Infinity Conquest, very sweaty. Engaging with my old friends and my new friends, a little bit of an effort. I find my brain turning into mush in the back of my brain in a way that makes everything kind of hard to keep track. Now, we have Loki. Loki really does well into Zoo. Is it a snap? I don't think yet. But we'll see how it goes. Casual 9-power Hulk. All right. Well, and I don't think that this most Zoo lists run. What is the word I'm looking for? Shang-Chi. 8 mana to play with. Question is how many cards do I actually want to drop away from Loki? Because these are all cards that I don't mind playing, but you loved a Loki a big hand. I think we big Hulk and maybe chill here? No, I like playing Ant-Man here. I guess I have to be afraid of Gilgamesh could get pretty big on his front as well. Favors me, I think. Enough to snap? I don't know. Now, this is the thing. I can Loki and get his cards, but like a 4-mana Hulk and a 3 soon-to-be cheaper Mockingbird, like those are really good. I don't think that this is a snap per se. But I don't hate my position. Get here. Oh well, now I'm a fan of my position. My opponent can't. My opponent has no board space. I don't know if there's a sequence of cards that gets him there. Oh, and my own Blue Marvel? Why not? So we snap here. Do they run Rogue or anything? I don't think so. Do I need to worry about a Rogue? He asks himself. Yeah,
Victory.
Yeah, I get myself in these positions. Okay, I'm in such a commanding position. Oh, yeah. This is a Nate-specific thing. I often will talk about broad strategy. This is the right move. This is objectively what you want to do. Here's my wisdom. This is not one of those things. A Nate-specific thing. I like to find the exact line that beats me and then get stuck in my own head about it. Getting a hit there, my opponent's fastest is pretty cool. So, like, yeah, okay, they had disrespect, but what if their hand started with Rogue? They play Rogue, which they don't normally do in this list, but I think maybe sometimes, and then they play it, and then I get cooked that way. Is that likely or even possible? I don't know. But I still think about it. My opponent not doing Fastos on that turn doesn't make sense, but of course they do not have an extra mana. We are going to do ourselves a little Wong Cersei business here. I do not love my position, but actually that said my opponent does not have a ton of ways to get to Crimson Cosmos easily. So we're gonna play this out. I think I'm so broadly favored against this. Ooh, do I want to just hold? What I could do is a line that could happen is I skip this turn, Infinite mid, next turn, Cersei on the last turn. That wins a lot of the time, but I don't like float. I think I don't need to float that. I think I can get Sasquatch middle and other things middle and get almost as big and then not skip an entire turn. Yeah, or they could have gotten Rogue from District X, like that perfect card that beats me. What is that? And I get all up in my own head and maybe even play around it. Like I did that a couple games ago when my opponent, the Cersei keeps going. What do we get? Gamora, sure. And then probably we snap here because they can't get big enough mid to beat Sasquatch Thanos, I don't think. Is that correct? Or do I just try and get really big on Nidavellir? We can do something like this and then I can Sasquatch Rogue. The inevitable thing that he's playing.
Oh, snap.
Because I think that if he plays some cards that get beefier right, I can't actually get over the top of a gigantic Gilgamesh last turn. So we're going to do this. Real argument to not doing this, but we're going to do this. Where's my opponent? Oh, Daily Bugle, of course. Well, this just feels good. I don't have priority, but I don't think that he gets bigger than this. That said, he does have to play something right. Well, I mean, Squirrel Girl. I don't. Okay, we're not going to get cute with it. We're just going to do this. There's ways. Yeah, I'm fine just trying to win right here. I'm glad that I didn't get crazy. And like, this feels like maybe a Squirrel Girl, and he's trying to throw right, but I'm bigger than that. I don't know. We'll see. No, it doesn't matter. Sean, a thing to make creatures.
Taking aim.
And I don't think there's a single card he can play there. Yep, we're too big! We're too big. Playing against Arishem has got to feel terrible.
Victory.
Especially when you're not running Arishem. I really am not enjoying playing against all these Arishem decks. But I have my own Arishem tools and RNG to rely upon. But like in this situation, like, it gotta feel bad. And I'm not saying that my opponent played that particularly well or unwell. It just, what can you do? We're now in a pretty commanding position as far as all this goes. And note to the folks that are here. If you are not... Do I want to quantum... I think we probably want to quantum temple Coulson. If you are hanging out and have not followed me, and if it's not too obnoxious, please give me a follow and turn on notifications so that when I continue streaming in the future, you hang out. That's pretty cool. And then Cersei Wars for that. You're welcome to do so. I would love for you to do so. If you're hating this, that's weird that you're hanging out, but definitely follow if you're not already doing so. Yeah, Fisk Tower, I don't actually know why they changed the location. I guess they changed Fisk himself first, and then they changed the location to keep it in mind. I don't know the history of all of that.
Who they dig up this time?
Got a Kazar, Squirrel Girl. Yeah, I think they made Kingpin quote-unquote better. I think it's ultimately a buff, but they did change how he works. That said, I am not a good move player. I don't find it good enough usually to... excuse me, I have never found move in a position where I thought, I prefer this deck type to another deck type. I'm all... Living Tribunal. That changes some calculus there. Cerebro, worthless. I think Living Tribunal might allow me to win this comfortably. We'll see. What does he get? Or maybe not. My opponent is getting selectively large in places. Most amount of power. Red Hulk, see what we draw. Maybe next turn we throw a Hail Mary Korg into Quantum Tunnel. I might lose this, but I am up 10-1. So my opponent has to get pretty lucky a lot of times. And if they do, if I end up losing this conquest, because my opponent beat me 1-10, you can't be mad about it. Alright, so we can do... Mockingbird, Vision into hopefully an interesting Korg. They're not going to be able to spend all their mana, so we're going to get a little bit bigger there. That said, I have to add a bunch of power to get bigger than 20 left or 21 right, and his Dazzler's going to get bigger. And if he has Gilgamesh, like, this is probably a loss, but we're doing the plays that we have to do to win. There are cards here that get me over the top, but it's got to be big. Blob? Yeah! Blob does it! All day, Blob does it. The reason that happened is because I said Blob out loud. Had I not called the shot, it would have been some piece of trash, but we called it. Let's take a moment to admire my gold-shaded Blob with the legendary border and the Spotlight variant. No big deal. We did it. We did it, team. Feels good. Now, that's just Battle 1. It is what it is. And I bet you my opponent... TTV, I think that means that they're a streamer. That's a high-ish collection level in Infinite. And yeah, for reference, my own collection level appears to be 14,691. But I also have, count them, 323 collector's reserves that I have not opened. So if I were to open all of those, I'd get so many credits and things that would go up higher. So my collection level is artificially low. We could see, yeah, I'm currently at 14,691, and my collector's reserves only go back to, or go all the way back to 10,426. No, we're not quitting. We're continuing the Infinity Conquest. This is maybe my last ticket of the season. We're giving it the old college try. I've gotten to the 5th match once. The 4th match, I think, 3 times. And the 3rd match a bunch of times, and I think I lost a couple times in the 1st match, maybe the 2nd match as well. I don't know, we'll see. My opponent, Pelvis Restley, running a not Arisham deck. Can you believe it? We'll put down Iceman. This will be my Cersei lane, perhaps. Take it easy, Hail Satan Luxie. I'm not actually... Oh, have a good fight. I was like, have a good flight. I'm not flying anywhere, but I will have a good fight. I hope that you have a wonderful, beautiful Saturday. Sunday. And we'll see you next time. MXW, how many Infinity Borders you got? I believe I have 10 Infinity Borders, which was my personal goal. I might be up to 11 or, frankly, 9. I'll have to double check. I wanted 10, got 10, and then kind of stopped caring. So now I'm like doing this Arisham list. I haven't bought Darkhawk. It's fine. Yeah, no, thank you. Hang on, let me talk at you up at the same time. I guess this might be there's a world in which this is my my counter list. There's like a Clog, Darkhawk, so-and-so list that just really, really cooks this deck. We'll see how it goes. So not that I don't want more Infinity Borders, but really, truly, that's a 6 knot. I don't care enough to get real sweaty about it. I find Infinity Conquest to be truly uncomfortable. I really don't like doing it. And so I just kind of power through it, win as we can, but like we're in it for hanging out, and that's it. That's it. How do we want to do this?
Opponent snapped.
This reads like maybe a is this a Darkhawk for my opponent? I don't like New York. New York puts me in an awkward spot. If it's a Darkhawk for my opponent and they can't move it, I have tools to deal with this. But as it stands, I don't have tools to deal with this. I'm staying, but might want to leave next turn. Yeah, so there's the Darkhawk. The question is my opponent going to move that Darkhawk or not? If my opponent moves the Darkhawk and Mystique's right, which is definitely a possibility, I will feel very stupid, but this line beats a lot of things. I am not going to leave here. I'm not going to snap back. We're just going to run it out here and hope that he leaves the Darkhawk where it is. It does not move Darkhawk mid and Mystique right. If he does that, you know, more power to him. Okay, they didn't move it. I don't know what these other cards that my opponent has is. Okay, great. Yes. That feels good. Just because, well, not just because I won, but my opponent's deck is the Arashim Destroyer. This list that my opponent is running was constructed to beat my list. And any amount of winning that I can do against this list is a bonus as far as I'm concerned. I have some tools to deal with it, but he has more tools to deal with mine. I'll give him one of those. That said, my opponent is I like a Nico into a destroy Nico into me. I hope Valentina does not get pulled, but then again, I guess Namor's the best one here. Yes, very good. I want to keep Enchantress, and I wanted very much to be able to play Valentina this turn to get the draw from Nico. Blob is cool. Let's hope we don't get ourselves a little Agatha here. We didn't. That's cool. Doesn't feel great to just do a naked Quinjet, but we're just going to do a naked Quinjet. Or do we want to do Quinjet middle and then Cersei right? I don't know what I want to do. His ongoing disabled right actually favors me. I think we Quinjet here. Oh, but now we can turn Isle of Silence off. Good to know. Maybe I should have Quinjetted middle, because now I very much would like to play Cersei. Holding Juggernaut for the last turn can be real sexy, but I think that I like Leader Juggernauting. Well, no, wait, this is only turn 4. He doesn't have the mana to... So I take that back. What I was going to try and do was Leader a gigantic Dark... Well, Darkhawk is asymmetrical. Never mind, I take all this back. We're still just Cerseiing Nico. That's terrible. Super bad. That's funny, but terrible.
I found the rock.
It's maybe even snappable for him, yeah. And the trick here is that Blob... I'm in an okay spot, honestly, but I don't see a reason. I mean, like, what I could do is, like, Juggernaut. Like, do I want to get too sassy? Like, my opponent is ahead. And if I get awesome and I Juggernaut a Darkhawk on Great Portal and I move it to Isle of Silence, he can move Nocturne to turn off Isle of Silence, and then that works there, and then what am I doing? I think I don't... There's many interesting lines, but because we're just on one cube and I don't love my position, we're leaving.
Escaped.
Real argument to staying there. I might have even been more favored in practical terms than I give myself credit for. I just don't love it. Throw down some Jeff. My hand pretty trash. Like to see a Coulson here. Or a Blob, for that matter. Any kind of counter card. Nope. We're going to put down Hawkeye. I can't even play anything next turn. That said, Dream Dimension kind of screws him up a little bit.
Taking aim.
Well, now it doesn't, because he's got Ravona. Mount Vesuvius, very keenly aware. So my opponent's running Ravona, and I have not seen one of his cards. The only other card... I'm guessing it's Iron Man is the card in his deck that I have not seen. So we're doing a Hail Mary, Dr. Octopus. This is truly a Hail Mary. In all likelihood, this isn't going to work, or not well enough. But my hand is trash, and so the only way this can be turned around is with the Hail Mary, and we better get it down now before Vesuvius stops the retreat. So my opponent has 3 cards in his hand. They're all coming to me now. What do we got? Mystique is nothing. Darkhawk, huge. Sage, 8 power. My opponent has no cards in his hand.
Opponent snapped.
I kind of like snapping back here. That said, he could have some kind of Iron Man stuff. He's not going to get an Athena buff unless he holds until next turn and plays anything. Snapping back is very risky, however, because then we're basically playing for the whole game. Oh, that's it. It is... I'm not going to snap back. We're just playing, because it is Vesuvius. I'm not going to snap back this turn, but we are probably going to be playing for 6 cubes here. Or do I want to... Is there another more mana-efficient thing? Like, do I want to do like a Black Panther and hope for the best? I think we just... I mean, Black Panther needs to live here. Okay, we'll see.
Wakanda forever.
So we're in a good spot here. He's drawn 1 card. We're snapping because I'm gonna win or I'm going to lose. The question is, if he has, let me give this the fist bump. If he has Iron Man, he's going up to 16, and I'll be at 16. And if he has Iron Man here, yeah, I haven't seen a single card that he has that cooks me. I think his last card is Iron Man. And if he plays it right, he goes up to 16, and I am tied there, and I win by right more than 9. And if he ties the... Yeah, this is a checkmate. Oh, yeah. Get out of my game! Woo! That feels real good. Because again, my opponent's deck, built in a lab to beat my deck, and I just beat him 9-0. That's it. I think my opponent played well enough. He just Arisham tooketh and then gave it away. Very good. Very good. I'm guessing a high-ish collection level here? Yeah. My opponent, no slouch. We keep it going. Blob in hand, pretty good. I want a Snow Guard or Hulk Buster. Snow Guard. What is? Oh yeah, what is my opponent doing here? Doing a little high Evo. Arisham, my opponent doing. Good to know. Do not know how good or not that deck is. That said, Sunspot Misty Knight on turn 1 in a, what do you call it, high Evo deck. God, my brain's slowing down a little bit. Always pretty good. Let's get Mockingbird down here. We're going to Shang-Chi. A real argument to not doing this. But there's not a ton of better use of my mana this turn, and it's a bunch of value. And... oh! Just get... oh, wait, no, it's going away. Later, Quantum Tunnel. Good to know he's got armor that's gone now. Oh, God! Okay, fine. That's so funny. What a fake out. My opponent probably should snap here. I can't... there's not a ton of cards that I can play into Quantum Tunnel that I'm starting with or I'm not starting with that allow me to win this game. That's so funny. Yeah, he's running... was that a... is this an Arisham... wow. Okay, well, a naked Blob or Big Hulk beats me left, and I can't see a ton of ways to get 8 power mid without getting real lucky. I guess I could, what? I can turn it off with Hawk, and then... I guess that is sort of enough. If I Hawk Nick Fury, I beat by 1, but then he's probably got to float, and then I need to get lucky twice, because if he adds any power... yeah, this is a retreat. My opponent probably could have snapped earlier.
Escaped.
And I might have stayed. He would have gotten an extra cube from me. Anyway. Happy to get out for 1. Get out for 1 there. Mobius, cool. Against a She-Hulk of it all. I'll do a Falcon. I don't mind, quote-unquote, dumping my hand here, because I got no Loki in sight, and no card that I overly like to play in Varsity. Is this a Sunspot Misty Knight again? Okay. No, 2 crappy 1-drops. That's better. Ongoing effects doubled, pretty cool for Miss Marvel, but
Right
that's
on
actually not
time.
going to make any kind of difference in the left lane. I don't have a big old nasty card to play into Bar Sinister. Oh, there's my big old nasty card to play in Bar Sinister. This is maybe a snap, and the reason is I can add a ton of power right with Miss Marvel, assuming I continue straight, and then I don't think he can get any bigger than a blob left unless he gets lucky with his own blob. So we're going to snap here. He can't do any kind of She-Hulk cheapness. I think that this is... I'm probably broadly favored here. But Orisham, you know, whatever it wants to do. Yeah, so I'm going to play it on this Iron Lad, and who knows what kind of absolute nonsense it's going to turn into. Perhaps a Destroyer or a something. I don't know. Ah, well, we hate that. He is turning off his own Ant-Man, so that's cool. Havoc, not great. I don't think, well, I don't know how Havoc works with Blob here. Well, this could win. Hang on, what is my mana situation? Yeah, I have enough for just Havoc and Mockingbird. Mockingbird has to go middle for winning there. And then if he plays anything, if he floats, he could just play... I think, honestly, this is the play. Because Iron Lad just ties... sorry, Havoc Iron Lad just ties, and this adds another 4. I'm guessing he's going to play a big card Bar Sinister. Real argument to leaving here. Again, like, I'm finding the line that beats me, but I think that this is the correct play here. Oh. He probably has enough mana to play something bigger than me over on the right here. No, I think he beats me by 1. Or 2, I guess, if... Yeah, assuming it's Sunspot Rose. Yeah. I would have lost that either way. Mojo is a Bar Sinister card I didn't see. That was unfortunate. But, oh, you know, G-Money might be a streamer, now that I think about it. I can't think of his name. I think he might be a streamer. No, my opponent played that well. There was no way for me to win that because he had the Mojo. So my opponent is main decking Enchantress. That is good to know. Draw a card. Pretty cool. We'll get Quinjet down, I guess. I don't think we play Mobius. Doesn't seem worthwhile. This is Owen and Valentina over here. Is that too risky? I think Valentina middle. Debris, sure. Is that... That's just... My Enchantress gone. Is Shang-Chi gone? Good to know. It is Morbin time! And in fact, Sokovia makes our Morbius that much stronger. So it's actually worth playing. It's not snap-worthy, because my opponent could you know, with the Arsham of it all, who the hell knows? Yeah, that's great. Good for you. That actually, I mean, we want it, but it does not set the world on fire right now. I think we do a little 3-power Apocalypse. Pretty weak sauce. I guess it's fine. Agent 13's any card? Yeah, any card. Still not snapping. Still feeling broadly pretty uncomfortable. That's fine. Actually broadly helps us a little bit there. Ah, now do we actually... So, Call Obsidian's more power. And we know that their Shang-Chi is gone. But if I Loki, I can get stuff like Claw. Well, Loki isn't actually that amazing in a high Evo situation. Many of his cards... It could be a boat! Yeah, many of his high Evo cards that I look over kind of are who cares. I'm just going to call Obsidian here. Like, do I snap? I feel like I'm kind of ahead. I'm snapping. This is Edge Case, and he could have many strong cards, but I feel broadly ahead here. Yeah, I maybe should have snapped earlier.
Victory.
Rogue is good for a potential Claw. That's it. They are running Leech. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. I've got hand filling for days. Yeah, it's kind of, as I look over at my opponent's list, there's not a ton of, oh my god, I'm so happy to have Loki'd this on that list. It's kind of strong into the mirror in a way that I really had not considered before just now. So, usually, Jubilee, not great, and I hate that my hands...
Breaking news!
It's good to know that Omega Red is there. But I kind of don't like anything else. Hopefully we don't live to regret this. This Jubilee. I can actually blink next turn. Ah! We'll take that. My opponent. Oh yeah, we'll do a Black Cat. Is armor worth it? I don't know. But I want to be mana efficient, so we're gonna do this. Cognizant of a what am I talking about? A claw left last turn. Probably not going to have priority. I hope that he plays a big old card left or right. That seems unlikely if I were him. So my Shang-Chi probably not going to get much value.
I am Groot.
So the question is, how many cards does he have? He's got 4 cards. It seems unlikely that I'm going to be able to win left. So maybe I just want to go pretty hard right. Excuse me, mid and right. He has priority. Like I could... Shang-Chi left is nothing. I guess ultimately something like this is what I need to do to win, but then what am I even adding? I think I like this for 2 cubes, but I am not not excited about it, and I might leave to a snap. I don't think it's enough. I don't think I added enough power. Yeah, didn't. The Naked Claw mid. I didn't see that line coming. I don't know if I agree with that. I think he would have been better playing that right. I guess that's just because that's what I beat. But yeah, I needed to play extra 2 power to tie right, and I still lose on tiebreaker. I don't know. I am unfavored into this matchup, and I'm not drawing super well. This is just kind of is what it is. This is better. Having a blob is nice. The ability to fill up. I think I'm going to snap here, not because I'm particularly strong, but I don't want to get. I need to start playing for edges like this, and I have a broadly pretty strong hand. Got his hazmat owned. Yeah, Quinjet over here seems fine. Here's the pig. We're gonna go ahead and Nick Fury here.
Squad's still a little light.
Base cost of pig is 0. Question now. Do I like my 6-drop into 6-drop into 6-drop? Or do I want to Loki and roll the dice there? I kind of think... this is better. Question now, do I want to... yeah, I think probably... Blob into Savage Land feels pretty okay. And then I've got Magneto into Fisk Tower options or other things.
All systems go.
So I got a couple of options. A single Magneto does not feel good. Other options include stuff like this. I guess I have to do something left. I think maybe this is the best play. It's 15 power. This, that said, is... yeah, I think that this is the play. See if 4 mana get bigger than me there. Is that enough? I don't know how big Wolfsbane gets. That might be enough. Yep. Let's see. Would Magneto right have been enough? I'm at 19. And his Wolfsbane... Did I have priority or did he have priority? I guess I had priority? No, he had priority, so the Wolfsbane would have gotten full value. So he would be at 19, I would be at 19. No, he'd be at 20, and I would be at 19. Hang on. He's going down to 19, I'm going down to 19, and then I think that he would have won points middle. I don't know there's anything I could have done there with that hand. Yeah, just... Alright. So, what I've learned here, High Evo Arisham is just better into Arisham. I don't know about... into the kind of the mirror. I don't think it's better kind of into other decks. And... What was the other? I had one other learning, one other takeaway here. Just, you know, the Arisham RNG of it all. A couple of these games, I played perfectly. There's no other line I could have taken. No other snaps, no other anything. And it just did not work mathematically in the end. Because of the randomness of it all. And it is what it is. So, an embarrassing lack of Avatar this season. But again, I'm not taking it overly seriously because I just am not acquiring Darkhawk. I absolutely have the resources to acquire Darkhawk the correct way that almost certainly would have gotten me any number of wins in edge cases, is to run this list without Nick Fury and without Cersei, and instead putting Darkhawk Mystique in it, and it's just a much stronger deck in the meta right now. I don't have Darkhawk, so when you don't have Darkhawk, you don't run Mystique. So because I don't have these cards, I'm unable to kind of compete at the level I should. And I have the 10, I think, Infinity Borders as well. And we're just kind of messing around. But I would love to have given the viewers a nice big Infinity Conquest win. I'm sure that'll happen at some point. I'm so happy that you guys hung out. It was really, really fun. Especially that game where I lost my mind. That was really something. I don't understand at all what was happening, even now, if what kind of bot or drunk or... I don't know. But in any case, thank you guys so much for hanging out. Follow if you have not already done so. And we're going to keep this going, probably... I don't know, maybe later tonight, run some more Conquest. Maybe, certainly in the coming days with the new season. No, so great. So great to see everybody. Hope you have a good rest of your Sunday, if I don't see you later today. And I'll talk to you soon. How do I turn the stream off? What a commanding end. Here we go. Okay. Goodbye, for real.